Hello, hello, my loves. Welcome to another video. I am going to share with you my upcoming Halloween offerings. Wanted to talk a little bit about what to expect, what I'm offering, what tarot readings, what options you guys have. Let's get comfortable. Get yourself something to drink. Get your cozy blanket, your spooky blanket, curl up, and let's have a chit chat. Year for the last 10 to 12 years, I have offered Halloween themed tarot readings on my website. Recently this year, I did remove my website. I no longer have the official website. I'm taking bookings straight from my little link thing, my Beacons links from my Instagram. I always link it in the description box of this video, so it'll also be there. You guys can, go have a look afterwards. That's where you will be able to book sessions with me moving forward. I'm trying to just keep it as simple as I can. Okay, so Halloween theme readings. I'm really, really excited. They are going to be available as of the 1st of September. So we only have like 2 days. You will be able to book the one-on-one sessions or the video readings all in the same spot. So it's going to be really, really simple. And I'm trying to keep it that way for the sake of all of us. What I will be offering, like I said, one-on-one sessions and video readings. They're going to be tarot readings. There will also be some mediumship reading options. And they are all going to be at a discounted price. All of my Halloween theme readings are usually priced lower than my usual going rate. So because I'm going to have the mediumship option, if you've been wanting one of those readings, I highly suggest you book it, because once the spooky season is over, I will most likely be doing away with the mediumship offerings until I feel, like the time is right for that again. If you've never booked with me before, if you've never had a reading with me before, here's what to expect. My one-on-one sessions are done through Zoom. So when you book the session, you get to set your appointment. I have my availability there. You choose what works best for you. And once you make your appointment, you will receive an email from me, which will have the Zoom link. So it's a private Zoom meeting. I only use Zoom. These Zoom sessions are recorded. So if you want your session recorded, I will totally do it. I automatically record the 1 hour sessions because I know so much information can come through, and it's just easier for you to know there's a replay, During a one-on-one session, you are able to ask as many questions as you want. I will do my best to answer everything, and we always go in depth. So my one-on-one sessions are full of juicy information. We go super in depth with the question or the topic. If you have multiple questions or topics, I always recommend that you write them down so that you don't forget, because a lot of times the day of the session, my clients will be nervous or super excited or both. And then they end up forgetting some of the stuff they wanted to be read for. So I always recommend make yourself a little list so we can go through everything one by one. If you have multiple questions, like you're booking a one-on-one session and you have multiple questions, you have multiple topics you want to get into, I fully recommend booking the 1 hour session. We will definitely make use with that 1 hour time. I promise. If you only have one question or, one topic that you want to be read for, then the 30-minute session will be just enough time. It'll be perfect. For my clients that know you guys like to go in depth and ask multiple questions, or if you've had sessions with me and they've gone over time with a 30-minute, I do recommend please book the 1 hour. If you book a 30-minute and it goes over time, you are more than welcome to pay the difference, and then we can do the extra half hour. If we have an hour session, I don't like to add out time after that unless if I don't have an appointment following your session. But if I'm feeling good and the energy is flowing, then we can totally add time to the hour session. But I do my best to try to get everything in that single session because it could be a lot of information. Spirit always has something to say. What else about my one-on-ones? My one-on-one sessions, the replays are always private. So you will receive the link to your video recording, and those video recordings are always private. Nobody has access to them except for you. And then obviously me, and everything is just always confidential. I don't mention first names, full names, none of that stuff. It's always confidential. So yeah. Anything else about the one-on-one sessions? If I think of something, I'll mention it, but let's talk about the video readings. So for my more shy clients, because I do have shy clients that maybe are not open to wanting to do a face-to-face reading, I do offer video readings as well. So a video reading is a pre-recorded reading. Pretty much what you do is you select the offering that you want, and then when you go to book it, there will be a section where you can leave your question or your topic that you want to be read for. You can go in depth, you can, type a whole paragraph, do whatever you got to do. You are also more than welcome to send me a message, a DM on Instagram, or email me if you want to, just give additional information for your reading. And once I receive the booking for the video reading, I find a day and a time that works best for me. And I sit down, I have my setup, I have the camera on, I'm recording the session. I'm pretty much recording myself giving your tarot reading, and then I upload it. It's a private video, so nobody else can see it except for you. And you will receive an email with the link to your private video recording. These video recordings are available as long as my YouTube exists. So you are more than welcome to rewatch a video reading, whether it was done that day or it was done a year ago or more. Video readings are always available, and that's the cool part about them is you always have something to reference back to. So those are really fun. I love doing video readings because it's more, it's me, it's just me. It's just me doing the reading, just me connecting with your energy. And we don't have like the energy exchange of like the face-to-face conversation. But if you do prefer a face-to-face conversation, then the one-on-one session is the way to go. So that said, my Halloween theme readings. So what makes them so special? Pretty much these readings, I create customized tarot spreads to go with each one. I love creating tarot spreads. I used to read with tarot spreads when I first started tarot reading, which was like back in 2012. I have since not done the tarot spread reading. I just do intuitive reading. But when it comes to the spooky theme readings, I really enjoy bringing back a tarot spread because it's just so much fun. I find it fun, and it's more lighthearted, and it's just kind of a different way of reading, and I really enjoy it. So the Halloween theme readings, everything is customized by me. I have my little setup. I try to make it as much of a Halloweeny, spooky, cutesy, Halloweeny experience as I can. It's just really fun. It's really fun, and I really enjoy it. And I have a lot of clients that really enjoy it every year. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, what comes through in these messages. The other fun part about my spooky theme readings is the tarot decks and the oracle decks that I choose. So I always pull out my Halloween theme decks, and it is my most favorite batch of decks to work with that I don't necessarily use throughout the year because they're Halloween themed. So I use all the Halloween decks and the spooky decks, and it's just a lot of fun. Also, every session, whether it's one-on-one or the video readings, comes with a PDF workbook. So this workbook is printer friendly. You can print it out, and it has journal prompts, and it has spaces for notes that you can take alongside your video reading or your one-on-one session. It's not mandatory. You don't have to do it. This is just for fun. But I do have some clients that like to use, they treat their sessions like a spiritual, kind of like a spiritual counseling, or a like a, you know, they book with me on a every couple months basis, and so we see the growth and development in their life and in their journey. Some of my clients do like to keep track and take notes and whatnot, and I'm personally one of those people too, that I love to, you know, open my diary and just journal about the cards that I pull. Every reading will come with a PDF workbook that you can print out and you can use. And I customized it so it's spooky and it's fun, and I'm really, really proud of it. So let's talk the decks. I do have my stack of decks that I am going to be using in these readings. So I thought it would be fun to kind of show you guys. Let's just dive right in. Let's get into it. I'm not going to do these in any specific order. There's a blend of tarot and oracle decks in here, and I'm just going to kind of go with whatever I pull out. Some of these decks are specific for certain offerings that I'm going to have. So for example, since the mediumship is kind of like me bringing back, you know, a session, a type of session that I haven't done in a few months, I'm really excited because the mediumship sessions, I'm going to be using the Memento Mori Lenormand Oracle deck. This deck of cards is absolutely the most intuitive set of cards I have ever worked with. And they just have such a fun feel to them, especially if you're, you know, getting into spirit connection and reading for past loved ones and that kind of thing. Like, I just find like this is almost like using a Ouija board, only in cards. So it's really cool. It's a fun way to read, and I'm really looking forward to using this deck to get some spirit messages for you guys. I cannot have the Halloweeny decks without my amazing Halloween Oracle. So of course this one is pulled. It has the cutest little card backs. It is literally an Oracle deck of Halloween imagery and messages. And it's just such a good deck. I love to use this. You could use this for love readings, career readings, personal life readings. It's a fun one, and it's Halloween themed. So that deck will also be getting some love in these sessions. I also have these fun little Halloweeny bags. So in this one is a Major Arcana Tarot deck. This is the Terror Tarot. I love this deck. I thought it would be kind of fun to pull just a Major Arcana card for maybe like a theme or an energy for some of the readings that I'm going to be doing. And so I just thought this one would be really, really fun. I freaking love the death card in this one. It's the Headless Horseman. So fun. So that is the Terror Tarot, if anyone is wondering. Let's see what's in this bag. Oh yes, this is my vampire. So I do have a vampire themed video reading that will be offered. And I think I'm going to be using my Tarot of Vampires. This is my newer copy. I have 2 copies because this deck is so good. This is literally, you guys, like the ultimate vampire deck, in my opinion. I wanted to be able to show you guys the Tarot of Vampires. The vampires depicted in this deck are very romantic, and just the artwork is gorgeous. I colored the edges red, and I love how it pops. But like I said, the vampires in this deck are they're beautiful. Beautiful, they're sexy, they're romantic. There's a lot of like imagery of love and romance. And the colors are just so vibrant. They pop. It's just a really gorgeous vampire deck. I really want to do a separate video where I just show off these cards because I can't get enough of it. The artwork is absolutely gorgeous. It deserves its own video. So that is the Tarot of Vampires. It is my most favorite vampire tarot deck. The last deck pack that I have, this is the Oracle of Nightmares. It is a rather dark deck, so it's sometimes hard to see on camera, but it's supposed to give the feel of a nightmare. It is a very creepy oracle deck, and I absolutely love the creep factor. I think it just gives such a good energy when it comes to shadow work or fears or what else do I read it for? Blocks. I usually pull this deck out for those types of topics. So this is a really, really good one. Okay. Oh, I love this deck so much. So the Horror Tarot, this is probably my most favorite horror deck that I own. It has so much, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's got such a character to it. It also has a Headless Horseman, which I just pulled, the Eight of Cups. But you can see, like, I love the borders, how they're red. Look at just the artwork around the borders. I edged mine in red as well. It's just such a gorgeous deck. And you just have different images that are spooky themed, vampires. You have some werewolves in here, monsters. You also have some rather creepy images too, like this one's kind of creepy. There's definitely some blood and gore. It is such a good deck. So I always pull this one. I love working with this one. I think this one just works really well, especially for like romantic type of readings or personal life readings. I don't know. It works for everything. And I could really appreciate a horror deck that can work for any type of question because I love it. Speaking of horror, here's my horror oracle. It's like a tongue twister. So this oracle it depicts scenes from classic horror movies. And I do find it a little bit of a challenge to read for, only because the guidebook isn't the greatest in my opinion, but I make do with it. You know, I make it work. It does challenge my intuition, but it has such amazing artwork. And I think that just the way that it looks, it's enough for me to want to use it. So because it is a challenging deck for me, I decided I have to work with it again this year because it's really helping me create this relationship with this deck that I have. You know, like obviously I know I'm going to get amazing readings with this, but this one is more of a challenge. So I kind of like that. I have a second vampire deck that I am working with this year to decide if I want to keep it in my collection. So this one, I believe it's called the Vampire Tarot or V. It just has like a big V on it. I don't really know. I don't know. This one has a different energy from my Tarot of Vampires. Here's the card backs. It's very realistic graphic design. Is that how I say it? How I explain it? Sorry. But the thing I don't like about this is it's such a beautiful image, but they're so small. You know, like I just feel like there's so much more that could have been done. The depiction of the vampires is very much underworld kind of vibes for me, which I love. But look at how, like, this one has so much potential. Look at how small, you know, you can barely see the vampire in there. And then of course my camera sucks, like it's my phone, so it's not the best. This gives me underworld vibes. So it's not a Rider-Waite. It doesn't follow Rider-Waite. So that's another challenge too. So I'm really going to have to see what I think about this one. You know, I think I'm going to end up liking it, but I have to work with it. So I have to test it out. And what better way to test out the deck is to just use it in a reading and see how it goes. I did pull one Rider-Waite deck, and that's because I always have to have a Rider-Waite with my pack. Like I love it so much. So the only Rider-Waite that I picked is the Glow in the Dark Tarot. I picked this one specifically because the cards are black and white. They glow in the dark, so they'll look really cool in mood lighting. And I just like the black background and the white imagery. I think it's just perfect for spooky season. And it's simple, so it'll go with any of my Oracle decks. And yeah, it's just the only Rider-Waite that I picked because I'm really excited, you guys. In October, not sure when in October, I'm hoping it'll be early enough, but sometime in October, I am supposed to receive the RWS Halloween Tarot that I backed on Kickstarter. It was created by Matt Green, and it is a Rider-Waite Halloween deck. So I'm really excited. Once I get it, I will definitely do a video of it, but I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, another deck I chose is my Bohemian Gothic Tarot, the Silver Edition. So the Silver Edition is very, very special to me. This is one of 500 decks that were created in the entire world. So it is a very rare deck of cards. And spooky season is the season that I love to bring this deck out and use it on client readings. It has a very melodramatic, somber energy to it. It's like walking through a spooky castle in a lightning storm. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I really have to feel out the perfect client for this deck. I do not read this with this deck for just anyone. I love the card backs. They're gorgeous. I do have multiple videos where I talk about the Bohemian Gothic. I have all of the editions. It is one of my favorite tarot series. Next, I have Madame Endora's fortune cards. These cards have been with me since the very beginning of my tarot journey. This is like one of the first set of oracle cards that I ever purchased. These are not necessarily Halloween themed, but I do put them in the pile because they remind me of fortune teller energy. And one of my tarot readings that I'm offering is a future forecast. So it's more of a focus of pulling cards for the future of my client. And these cards are super accurate, like eerily accurate, you guys. So I pull them out every spooky season. They are my fortune teller deck. I absolutely love these cards. Next is the Happy Halloween Tarot by Sonia Graves. This deck is going to be mass produced and it is actually coming out in October. So if you were never able to get your hands on this deck, it is coming in October, mass produced, which means it'll probably be in Barnes & Noble, Barnes & Noble bookstores. Amazon is going to have it. You can get yourself a copy. I do not know if the mass-produced copy looks like the independent copy, but this is what mine looks like. I love it. It's like candy corn. And the cards are so colorful. You have all of the Halloween-y colors, white, black, orange, yellow. And every card is just a character, Halloween-y character. You have skeletons, spooky trees, black cats, pumpkins, ghosties, jack-o'-lanterns. Like, you have everything you ever wanted. This is the ultimate Halloween deck. And speaking of Halloween tarots, here's the Halloween tarot. This one you can find, I got my copy on Amazon for like $22 or something like that. And it is Rider-Waite themed. Is that right? Like, it's a Rider-Waite deck. Like, it's a Rider-Waite type of tarot. Love the card backs. And yeah, it's pretty much like a Rider-Waite themed deck, but in, tarot characters, Halloween characters. You have the bats, you have the little devils, you have a scarecrow, black cat, pumpkins, vampires. We're the ghosties. The ghosties. Really, really cute. And super colorful, you guys. So colorful. So yeah, if you're looking for a Rider-Waite themed Halloween deck. The Halloween Tarot is really, really good. One of my favorites. And I also have the Trick or Tarot, another Halloween themed tarot deck. This one is more vintage Halloween vibes. So here are the card backs. Again, that beautiful orange and black. And it's more of a collage-y kind of art, but it's vintage. So it's like vintage Halloween. Absolutely gorgeous. And lots of oranges, pumpkins, witches, ghosts. These cards are so cute. I absolutely love them. There's also, what else do we have? A lot of pumpkins. We have some zombies. Oh, I love this Wheel of Fortune. The Witch. That one's so good. So it's definitely a fun deck. And last but not least, I could not do these readings without my Seasons of the Witch oracles. I have the Mabon oracle because it does have that fall energy. And then I also have the Samhain for those witchy vibes. And I love these cards, you guys. I have a video where I talk in depth about all of them. It is one of my favorite oracle deck series. And so, yeah, these cards are so intuitive. They read so well. The guidebooks are amazing. The artwork is so precious. It's just a really good deck. So love those. And yeah, those are all of my tarot and oracle decks that I'm going to be using throughout this spooky season. I have this really cute ghost box that I'm going to be keeping my decks inside just to keep them organized. I'm just really looking forward to holding space and doing these readings for you guys. So if you're looking to book a Halloween theme reading with me, they will be available September 1st through October 31st. So for 2 months. And yeah, if you've been wanting a reading with me, or you love Halloween, you want a Halloween themed reading, please check out my offerings. They will be available September 1st. The link is in my bio. I hope you check it out, and I look forward to pulling your cards. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.